Are you ready?
You ready?
Uh-huh. All right. What's up, guys? On this week's episode, we go over self-help. Are you doing anything for you to help you be better? Then we talk about the importance of that's the wrong notes. I got so confused in this episode because we went down a rabbit hole about the Lock Ness Monster and Bigfoot and Neanderthals and shit. All while drinking this random beer from Parish, the Drive Thur Tiger Blood.
It's a good beer.
I think they're going to enjoy this episode, and I think they're going to enjoy hearing about this good beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Stay groovy. What are we drinking this week, bud? What have you brought us from Louisiana?
Oh, today we are drinking Drive Thur Tiger Blood from Parish Brewing Company.
Drive Thur Tiger Blood.
Yes.
I got to tell you, the can art is spot on. The can art is beautiful.
I mean, the drive-through looks like a slushy from Sonic or whoever else. You need a beer koozie?
No.
You sure?
Oh, well, you got.
I got an extra one right here for you. There you go.
What's this week say? Oh yeah, this beer's going down like a fat kid on a seesaw. And then I'm putting this weird ass one in. So this line, if I remember right, came out and they were doing like gas station staple flavors and snow cone flavors. And that was the flavor. Like there was Tiger's Blood. I almost want to say there was like a grape one.
Yeah, they have multiple flavors of the drive-through.
Yeah, series.
Yeah, series.
Um,
But this one is watermelon, strawberry, and coconut.
Tiger's Blood.
Yeah.
That was always
I've never had it.
I've had this before, but it's been quite some time.
Uh-huh.
But if I'm going to get a snow cone, Tiger's Blood was one. Watermelon, strawberry was one. Like flavors that I would get.
Oh, this is an actual...
Yeah, it's a flavor. It's a snow cone flavor.
Ah.
Yeah, Tiger's Blood.
You
I
know,
never knew what it was until you started reading off the flavors out of it.
We didn't get too many snow cones in the Crater household.
I never did. We were never a snow cone household. It was ice cream. Like we went and got ice cream.
Well, we didn't have much sweets in my house.
Oh, this was like friends. Let's go get snow cones. Well, that's a very fruity smell. A very fruity bouquet.
It's very berry.
I don't know what the hell I'm tasting, but it ain't bad.
You tasting that watermelon, strawberry, and coconut is what you're tasting.
Because I got to admit, I had a Starburst out of your kitchen in there.
You eat my fucking Starburst?
I had one. And out of that, like 5-gallon bag you got in there. And so I could kind of taste it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's a very fruity. It's not bad. It's not bad.
This is very refreshing for the summertime.
Yeah.
Shall I say that?
Yeah, I could drink this.
You could definitely get the strawberry and coconut coming through.
It's borderline a seltzer. If they just put some bubbles into it.
Whoa. Pump the
Very,
brakes there.
very fruity.
Pump the brakes there, Junior.
Yeah. That's what they taste like to me. Just a lot of fruit. All right. Last week we went over my $1 million idea. This week we're going to go over my $2 million idea. No, we'll start out somewhat with a serious one. What are you doing to invest in yourself? Like furthering your education, obviously working out, you're investing in yourself, be it mentally and physically. But is there anything else like yoga, reading a book, massages, light walks in the sun with your shoes off and you only walk through the grass? Are you doing anything to fuel your mind?
I'm sure people will not believe when I say this, but I do read. So I try to read. I try to.
Uh-huh.
every night, but it don't. It
Yeah.
just don't pan out that way. But yes, I do. I do read.
A book a year, book a month, book every 6 months.
It's a couple of books a year, and
Yeah.
it's try not to do no fiction. Something that you could actually.
Self-help.
Yeah, kind of self-help or like biography type shit.
Yeah. Playboy 1978.
Well, that was the good ones. That's when they still had Bush.
Yeah. Like that wig over there. So you read.
Yeah.
Anything else? I like to call it continued education.
Continued education.
Yeah. I reading books and listening to podcasts.
I do watch a lot of instructional YouTube on shit that I cannot figure out myself.
Well, now I need to know. Like, well, what's one?
I mean, you say in further education. I mean, I don't go to classes or anything.
How to more efficiently pump your gas, or are these like tools on how to make the shirts better, or
mostly how to. Mostly it's evolved around the shirt making.
Mm-hmm.
Either it being trying to figure out a new way to, burn the screen, or actually using new inks that they got out there. It's mostly based around
I'm sure it's a deep
the
rabbit
shirt.
hole.
Oh, you could spend hours on that.
Yeah.
Shit. Just like any YouTube. Once you get there, that some bitch just takes you and you're.
Yep. Yeah. I definitely read. I try and read a book every 2 months. Even on my Whoop, I have it. It asks me, did I read something that wasn't on a screen? And I have that. You know.
But what if you got a Kindle?
Oh, it's a screen. So I read. Right. I buy books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the book. They want to make sure you're off your screen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they want to make sure it's something that's correct.
Yeah.
So I usually do that right before bed.
Yeah.
To wind down, and then I'll put something with a slight noise on it to make myself fall asleep. I like listening to podcasts.
I listen to a shit ton of podcasts throughout the day. I mean, even at work, I just got a podcast playing.
Same, all day. Yeah. It sounds funny, that you say continued education. College just wasn't my thing. Like, school wasn't my thing, but I love learning.
Mm-hmm.
My step-uncle, I don't know how that goes, was at my grandpa's funeral years ago. And he said something about my grandpa. He was the most educated, uneducated man he'd ever met. He said he would just read and constantly learning and constantly learning. He was like, he was the smartest human being I ever met, but never did college and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's stuck in my head. So I'm trying to read, listening to, now you can listen on these podcasts like Lex Friedman. If you want to go down some deep rabbit holes, good Lord. Like I was listening to one today. They're talking about the new, GPT, Chat GPT, the thing now that
the AI.
Yeah, the new AI. He has the guy that created that on, and I mean, they just go deep. And he also knows how to ask questions to where people like me and you can still follow along, right. Where you're like, like, what does LPC1 mean? You keep saying it and they'll break it down, so he can help you follow along. But, I need to stretch more. My mind feels like it's getting the attention, but I could tell when I'm squatting and deadlifting, like, dude, can you just once or twice a week get some like hip move, like, open the hips maybe,
I know I need to stretch.
But
I don't stretch until my knees start bothering me.
Yeah.
When my knee starts bothering me, then I'll stretch every day for a week. Then my knee will stop. My knee will stop bothering me, and I'll stop fucking stretching.
Yeah.
Then 3 weeks later, it starts instead of it's just
preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
And you know it's going to get to hurting, and then one day that might go past the hurt.
Yeah.
Man, this
but
morning.
As far as yoga, I don't understand all that yoga shit.
I get it. It's tough, that's for sure. I've done yoga a handful of times, and I was sweating like crazy. But I'm just talking about like some light static, like just some light static stretching. moving my hips, getting on the floor, and twisting my knees this way, twisting my knees that way, and getting the hips going. I could tell, like, this morning when I was squatting, I'm like, one side's firing, the other side's not. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Your glute ain't activating.
Yeah, I know how to pretty much fix it, but it's like, I won't worry about that till next Saturday.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm got a whole week to worry about that.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you just pick one day a week?
Just kick the can on down the road.
That's exactly what I do. Yeah. It's funny because, you do the mind stuff, but as far as the, say a yoga or stretching or anything like that, I don't want to do it. Which is stupid because I watch TV and I could literally just get on the floor in front of the TV and do it.
Yeah.
I had this goal for a while, that pancake stretch where you spread your legs out and then you try and, touch the floor in front of you. And then once you get to there, you try and touch your head and your chest and all that. And I noticed when I was doing all that, like that was my goal. I never got to it. My hips, all that pain went away. All that issues went away.
It's like, amazing how that works.
What the fuck are you doing not trying to do that anymore? It's so easy too. Like, what is it about things that are really good for you that are very easy to do, but you don't do them? What is that?
It's because we don't want to make the time.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 100%.
Even if you're sitting in front of the
100%.
TV.
Yep.
What part of the evolution did that be, like, something that got ingrained in us where it's like, forget that shit. That's not important.
Yep.
It was like, I guess that was like stargazing back in the day. You don't stargaze because, a giant bear might come up and attack you while you're not paying attention. So don't, always be ready. You ain't got time to stretch.
You don't.
I don't know what it is because it seems like such a simple thing to do and I won't do it. That's my goal this week. I will stretch. Anything else that
I
you do?
might make that goal with you.
The pancake stretch is tough, dude.
That one, I don't know.
I want to get it down. I want to say I could do. The last time I did the pancake stretch and actually pulled it off, I want to say I was in the 5th grade, and that was one of the tests. Like, you need to be able to do this stretch. Of course, when you feel, I went down so fast, I smacked my forehead on the ground. I remember. I'll never forget. Doom, like on the tile floor.
And everybody was laughing at you.
No, it was quick. We were all lined up, and they just went down the line, and I just don't. Oh shit! I can't do that no more. I got zero fear of cracking my skull. I can barely even roll over. Well, it's funny. So that stretch is, and what is odd about it is I can touch my toes, zero issue, like zero. But when you have your legs out, splayed open on the floor, and you're trying to keep a straight back, like neutral and everything, and lean forward into it, and
so you can't have a rounded back and knock your head.
You're trying not to. Yeah, you're trying to stay straight. So when you sit up straight with your legs out, yes, you can.
No.
Oh yeah, you just slowly graduate your chest forward. But when you first start doing it, you can't even get up to a 90 degree. Like, you sit back and you're trying to get yourself forward. So I was like pulling on a coffee table and shit to get myself into that position. Oh yeah, it's a good stretch. But it's harder than you think. For me, it is.
How will you better keep your back straight and your legs and have your chest?
You can do it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
The only people that could do it are women with big old titties.
Oh. Yeah. No, I mean, you can do it. I've seen video. I saw how-tos on how to, get to where you can do it. So you lean to one side, do like 10, kind of like.
That's little skinny people doing this?
Well, I mean, no, it's in shape people and skinny people. Just people that work on it. You're talking about you and me. We've never done this. We don't do it. So you give us like 6 months and see where we're at. Oh, that's going to be the next kilos and ounces thing. Fuck all that lose weight shit. Just be able to touch your head to the floor.
Talking about lose weight, man. The 10-week challenge coming up. I forgot to bring that up last episode.
A few questions.
Okay.
We'll skip the why. We'll skip that. Who wants to lose weight? Secondly, y'all are all pretty skinny right now.
I'm hoping to get.
The last time I saw Henry,
to get other people in.
The last time I saw Henry, he didn't he's looking good. Like, I didn't feel like he needed to lose any weight. I don't know where that's gone since he went back to CrossFitting.
He probably fat as fuck. But the funny thing is, he was the first one to Venmo me his $100.
He feels pretty confident.
I know.
The problem is what is he going to lose if he's already slimmed down?
He can't lose no weight.
Huh.
He going to look like an anorexic Asian.
Yeah. I don't want to lose any weight either. If anything, I want to gain.
Nah, you need to lose that belly.
I did it the other week.
You did
I
what?
say about 2 weeks ago, I wanted to I toned down the amount of calories I was taking in, and it took like 2 days, and I went from like 225 to 215 without any issue.
That was bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just eating so much food, you just
Correct.
bloated as fuck.
And it was like my stomach just went.
Yeah.
Also taking fiber pills.
Yeah.
Since I had the old Hemi, dude. Like I literally.
So how is the hemorrhoid?
Oh, fine. Yeah. I don't even notice
back in.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in quite some time. We haven't been physical lately.
So if you had noticed it doesn't suck back.
Yeah,
in.
I feel like
Yeah, 6 months, my ass. I told you it was gonna be a few weeks.
Oh, it was longer than it was like a month.
Yeah.
Over a month.
Yeah.
But
how long you were lubing them up?
like a month.
Okay.
I want to say maybe 3 weeks a month. At first, I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, that's the issue.
So the first,
like I don't remember where that
Okay.
started. Like, was it a week and a half, 2 weeks, or then at first you're like, do I have an alien? Is this cancer? Am I gonna die? Then you're looking it up.
Fucking WebMD.
I love how you look up hemorrhoid, and it's like, if it's not gone in 24 hours, go to the doctor immediately. And you're like, not one person I've talked to that has had a hemorrhoid has ever said anything less than a week or two.
Nobody goes to the doctor for that.
Well, at first you don't know what the fuck it is.
I kind of knew when I had something.
Well,
hanging out my booty hole.
I assumed that's what it is, but I've never had it. I don't have any documentation on this. Nothing in my journal I could go back to cross-reference. Like, yeah, that's a hemorrhoid, bro. Like, no, dude, you're having an alien experience right now. Where the fuck were we going?
Let's get back on the 10-week challenge. What other questions?
Yeah, we were talking about losing weight and stuff like that. Yeah, so the fiber, like, that made me get out a lot of that bloating and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I lost like 10 pounds.
Yeah.
I guess I was just holding a lot of shit in.
Nah, you just force feeding yourself. So when you cut back on calories, your bloating went down.
So this is a new thing. Man, we're going down a weird rabbit hole. So the Whoop now has this stress monitor on it. Mm-hmm. It monitors your stress level now. I got it up to this point where it was like, are you stressed? Would you like to learn some breathing techniques? I'm like, I'm not stressed, but like, what is this? Okay, so click. It takes you through this breathing thing, like, breathing. And it kept happening when I was eating my lunch, which is like this big ass, it's like 2.1 pounds.
Heart rate keeps going up.
And it kept saying I was stressed. And I was like, no, I'm not stressed. It's just, I'm over here dying trying to get this food down. I couldn't believe it. Like, I looked at it. I was like, why do I keep stressing out around this? Motherfucker, you're stressing all this, getting the food down. Your heart's like, holy shit, what are we doing here? Yeah, I had no idea how stressful eating is.
So the Garmin does the same thing, okay?
Oh, yeah?
The first time, and the first time it happened, and it's not the only time it has happened at this time.
So stupid, dude. Sorry. But I just can't believe these things are telling us you're stressing out.
Yeah. And look, when it told me I was stressed?
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
I was sitting there talking to the wife, and I watched those people.
Oh, wow.
I looked at it, I read it, I cleared it, and I just looked at it and just kept fucking talking.
Not getting personal or anything, but was it a secret, like a serious conversation?
No, absolutely. Just like we sitting here talking right now. Her and I were just talking, and this watch goes off, and
you were stressing.
No.
It says you are. You have to believe technology, dude. It's not lying.
This thing, I rarely get stressed.
Uh-huh.
And this thing, every time it tells me I've been stressed, it's never a time that I know I have a little stress. It's times that I'm just sitting around bullshitting. It's just time I'm doing just normal shit throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
It'll tell me, or you're stressed, you maybe take a couple of deep breaths.
Maybe you're holding your breath and you don't know it.
I didn't pass out, so I'm.
Well, I mean, like you're not like breathing normally. You know, I guess like you're holding it a little bit because you're thinking. I know that's what happens with people with anxiety. You don't realize it. Sometimes you're holding your breath a little bit. You're like, and then you're breathing. It's weird. Maybe that's it. And that could be with the food because I'm just sitting there inhaling and not breathing.
Just shove that food
It's crazy. It just made me laugh. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm going to have a heart attack from bulking up. Not from the working out part, but from the eating. I need to spread that out a little bit. Yeah, breathing techniques. That's another thing. Man, they do all the research on them breathing techniques. Apparently, it's supposed to help. I don't know. There's a lot of things I could do to self-help,
Man.
and I just get too self-lazy.
What that was, about 2 weeks ago, they had on the TV that Channel 6 News. That's the news station I watch.
Mm-hmm.
And on the weekend, they were talking to a stress doctor. And she said the number one thing you could do to relieve stress, the number one thing, is just go outside.
Yeah.
She said just go outside, automatically relieve stress.
Yeah, because we didn't originate in dwellings. That's how humans started living longer, is when we figured out, like, oh, if we put a roof on top of these walls and the bears and shit can't get to us, we can live longer. And then that's why we have vitamin D deficiencies and shit. It's crazy. I need to go sit outside more. That's what I'm gonna tell the guys at work. I can't be doing this. Stressing out here. I need to sit outside a little bit.
Take an hour break.
Yeah.
Let's go stretch outside.
At work?
There you go.
There we go. Fuck, dude. Let's get into some sponsor action. I've been staring at it, dude. I've been staring at it. They look really good.
Today's sponsor brought to you by Doritos. This is the simply organic white cheddar tortilla chips.
So last week we talked about how Doritos screwed the pooch.
Oh, they for sure screwed the pooch.
And then I brought up that I liked the white cheddar puff Cheetos. So this week, Doritos heard us talking some shit, and they sent us their white cheddar
tortilla chips. Organic. Simply organic.
There's nothing organic about these damn things.
I don't know. Let's see. At Simply, our snacks are made with ingredients you can feel good about and come from the brands you love. We call this Pure Delicious. So does Doritos own Simply? So they're pretty much saying that this is a Simply snack.
Who knows? Let's see if it tastes good.
Who gives a fuck? Let's see.
I'm more excited about these than anything. Yep. Much better. Much better.
I think they could use a little more white cheddar-ness to it.
There ain't shit for white cheddar on those things. There's like a little bit on there. That's kind of lame. They're much better, though, than the little fellows they had.
All this is a tortilla chip.
Yeah. It tastes more like a Tostito with a little seasoning on it.
Y'all don't buy this shit. This is garbage.
That's Doritos fucking. Unless you get Cool Ranch, man.
Yeah.
Unless you get Doritos Cool Ranch, you're kind of...
Don't waste your fucking money.
All right. I was going to talk about something else serious, but we went on long enough about the last serious. Let's talk about the Lock Ness Monster. Let's put our tinfoil hats on and try to figure out if there's a Lock Ness Monster. What do you know about the Lock Ness Monster, bud? Do you have any knowledge of said creature that dwells in the lock?
No, I do not, but I don't think it's anywhere around here. And I don't think the lock is contained, right?
Correct.
You can't get in or out of the waterways of the lock, right?
Unless you have legs.
Okay. So that bitch been there forever, is what everybody's saying?
Yeah. If I remember right offhand, I just wrote this down to talk about it. I didn't do any pre-research, but from all the weird old shows on the Sci-Fi Channel and whatnot that I used to watch as a kid, I believe that lake or lock is very, very deep. Very deep. So that's why they think theoretically it could remain in there. But I can't tell you how many times they've sonared that whole goddamn pool and ain't been shit in it. It bums me out to think that the Lock Ness Monster, if I go back as a kid, I used to think that was cool. Like, man, there's a Lock Ness Monster out there. It bums me out that there's probably not a Loch Ness Monster in that thing. If I had a genie and I could make 3 wishes, I would wish 1 wish. Make the Loch Ness Monster and Sasquatch real.
What about the Yeti?
Make all sorts of those creatures real, like a list of them, and make them immortal to where some Joe Blow can't go blast a Squatch Maleficus in the chest and blow his head off, or they get killed one day. That way, like if you get a tag to kill Bigfoot, he just reincarnates the next day, so you could technically have him on your wall for 24 hours, and then he just disappears and. That would be a sucky life. No, I would like to think that nobody wants to kill them.
Because, I mean, you remember what it is, Harry and the Hendersons.
Mm-hmm. Very good movie.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want...
That's a very good movie.
Yeah.
The Loch Ness Monster. I remember being a kid, and they had all this info, like, it's highly possible. I mean, they were like, this is possible. Scientists kind of agreed, like, it's possible. There's water.
But
if there's fish, it's deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
But they kept dredging, or not dredging, but like sonaring the hell out of that thing, and they never found it.
But I've also seen stuff on the Discovery or the History Channel. Which one ever won?
Mm-hmm.
Of all the main video footage and all that that they have of the Loch Ness Monster, the ones that everybody done seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they talked to the people who faked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it bums me out. They've gone through and pretty much found every one of those things is fake.
Yeah.
Especially with technology now where they can like add pixels to it to bring it to life a little bit more, and it's like a kid that they threw out there with a water balloon or something like that and put
and the same
log on his head.
The same thing with the Bigfoot where he's walking across the creek. Man. A big goofy fucker and he looks back. I mean, they talked to the people and they found the suit that the old boy wore and everything.
Well, that just bums me out.
Yeah.
All that stuff as a kid, finding out Santa Claus wasn't real, all that shit, and then you find out Bigfoot ain't real too. They're trying to take everything away from us. This world just wants to rob me of all the cool shit that it had in it.
Logistically, what fat motherfucker's going down every chimney and keeping a white beard?
That we can save that for Christmas. What we need to talk about is logistically how we bring back Bigfoot, because Bigfoot was real at some time in the past. Now we got to figure out how to get the DNA going. They had those big ass monkeys. They could theoretically walk. Then we had Neanderthals, all sorts of shit.
100%, I agree with that. But we ain't
hairy
never had a
motherfuckers.
Bigfoot.
I want to say we have. Man, this is gonna be like where we have to literally correct ourselves when you go back and rewatch this. But I think there has been different creatures that were big and walked upright like that. I think there was some ape creatures that were.
Yeah, it's called humans.
No. Well, there's been multiple things of humans. With Neanderthals, what we are.
Man, that all come from a monkey.
Yeah. Well, Jesus Christ, I have to think about this. Well, we all kind of like a tree. And then, there was branches of human. And I think we went and killed the Neanderthals and bred with them, and then that's what a human is, like what we are today. I'm like pretty fucking sure that's true.
Are you fucking sure about that?
Yeah.
You don't want to
humans and Neanderthal were alive theoretically. I want to say around the same time. Gotta be, dude.
I'm not gonna say it.
You gotta go look it up.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
The beauty of these things is I refuse to look it up, and this is what's coming out of my head.
This is the shit that you vomit. Huh?
Yeah, I don't look. I don't want to look this up
from Neanderthals.
Maybe we both evolved from monkeys. Some weird shit going this way, some weird shit going this way. We got really tired of the Neanderthals, and we went in and beat the shit out of them, bred with them, and now we're. Because you can theoretically have Neanderthal in you, can't you? You can be part Neanderthal.
Oh, I look at quite a few motherfuckers with a big old forehead and the protruding.
I want to say that you can't have Neanderthal in your bloodline. So if I'm thinking that way, that has to have happened, right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be like that thing where I was saying the other day was in South Africa. It was just London. I love that. Look at London. I got a kick out of that shit. No, I want to say what I'm saying is true.
All I'm gonna say is I don't like proving you wrong in none of these things.
I think this is the issue.
I don't think you editing.
Okay, that's different. But I was about to say I don't think on the spot you could correct me though, because both you or I have no knowledge of it.
I'm pretty fucking sure we evolved.
What are you gonna do if I am right and there was two branches of human, be it Neanderthal, be it human, and the humans went and was clubbing the Neanderthals.
I'm not sure.
And we crossbred with them and bred them out. Dude, that's gotta be it.
I'm sure you're right.
Humans, we just take over everything.
Mm-hmm.
We beat up the tall monkeys that walked around. We beat them up. Can't have that shit. They look too weird. Can't have a full-time coat. It's summertime. Take your coat off. They creeped us out, so we beat them up.
Why they still got motherfuckers walking around hairy as fuck though?
Mm-hmm. That's why I know that the ape man was real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna laugh when I'm right about all this.
I'm sure you are.
Have you heard all the theories about like humans, like our brain accelerating at a certain point? Like we were just
started cooking food. Yeah.
Yeah, like eating. Then they were talking about, I was reading the other day about how it was psychedelics, eating mushrooms that made our brains grow as well. I thought that was pretty fucking interesting. Look, I have no 100% knowledge on it. I'm just reading. I like to read a lot of weird shit. It just makes me laugh, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. But they were talking about how it kind of opened up your mind, and so yes, eating meat, but also like it just let you think a little bit different. Because I guess they'd be digging up cow shit, and there'd be mushrooms underneath. And like, oh, what is this? Eat them, fucking tripping balls in your grains.
Once they started tripping, they're like, fuck, we need some more of these mushrooms.
Could you imagine that? Imagine like the first time somebody had a mushroom and you're like, there's that meme where like a caveman does something dumb and the other guy's over there like taking notes or whatever. That's what that was. Because you had to figure like how many mushrooms could only get better if I ate 30 mushrooms. I only had 10 last time. You got Joe Blow like seeing shit for 32 days straight. Man, not a fun time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what else to talk about. Want to review this beer? Because this is going to go off the rails.
Parish always does have some good beers.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first one of the drive-through series I've had. And I'm very satisfied with this drive-through.
Yeah.
This Tiger Blood's actually a goddamn
It's a lot of fun to drink. Yeah. This is not something... It even has a straw on the side and everything. This is very much a drive-through, get you a Raspa snow cone, be it where you're from, and that's what this beverage is.
Or the drive-through from back home in Louisiana, it could be a drive-through daiquiri.
What if you just poured this over ice and said it was a snow cone?
You could do that too. Then it'd just be a watered-down beer.
Snow cone. It's a watered-down snow cone. Yeah, I liked it. It was fun. That was a good beer.
It was a good beer.
All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Man, you're going to look all this up. And it turned out old Chris over here was completely right about the humans beating the shit out of Neanderthals and winning out.
I'm pretty fucking
like an old school wrestling match.
I'm pretty sure you
10,000 years ago. Or a million years ago, wherever that line goes.